Good evening. I don't know why I would always feel like saying, hello, New York, but I'm not saying hello to New York at all. Hello, hello, unintentional edging. Sorry about that. Unintentional. Had to get some fuel. Hard to start a car that, frankly, I'm making zero promises about it actually starting tonight or even there being start attempts. I'm just saying if we get that far, if we get to that point, it's going to be really hard if we don't have fuel to do so. So I got some fresh 93 octane for it. Does it even take 93 octane? I don't know. I don't know. I assume so. It's turbo. But it's also like a 8-to-1 compression, 8 psi of boost turbo, so maybe not. I don't know. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to hurt it. Okay, so where's our list? Our list. We did check for oil, actually. I don't have my marker, but I'll use a different one. I'll use a different one. Is the sync off? I will fix that momentarily. For the moment, though, I'm going to put my back to the camera. All right, we did check for oil. Done. I very infrequently do close Red's hood because I have it hooked up to a battery charger in the garage. Do I see? It did get used today. It wasn't, I recorded a little bit of video out here today, and I did use a little bit of lilac tape on there. The temporary kind. Why you no reach? Did I park you too far? I did. All right, I gotta fix the audio video sync too. Push! Man, this car rolls a lot easier than the other one. Yep, yep, yep. Why you no reach? Oh, I parked too far away. Reach! This feels like Back to the Future. We did it. You still charging? Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Powers! Kazoo noises. Hi, does it start? Yep, it's running right now. Can't you hear it? Okay, so is it like terribly far off? Is it like really bad? It's certainly not good. Okay, I will restart it. How about now? How about now? Usually it's a matter of the cam link getting out of sync, and a quick restart will fix it. Perfect, cool. Cool, okay, all right. So, we made this list last time of things to do before starting it. ZK wants to add things to the list because of course he does. Because of course he does. So he wants to check the timing belt if it's not a total pain in the butt. And it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's pretty easy, so we'll do that. Blitzer, Shaggy. I'll have to go get the Sharpie before the end of the stream to write your names in there. I'm really disappointed I cannot get the chatbot to work. I simply don't understand why. I made it a moderator and everything. But nah. Hey-ho! Hey-ho! Wonder if the timer will work too. He's done it. Okay, all right. All right, that's a successful stream, everybody. We're done. Okay, so how about we do that first then? How about the first thing we do is let's check out that timing belt and make sure it's not snapped or looking like it's about to. Oh, did I mess it up because I didn't go with the timer? Did I done goof? Probably. All right, let's get y'all in at a decent viewing angle. And grab our light. Stack members, thank you. Added some more emotes to stack members. And it works just like Twitch, where the more members we have, the more emotes we get. And I think we need like 7 more to get another emote, or another set of them. You know that's my favorite part. Okie dokie. Did that just cut me already? Impressive. All right, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Is horn included? It could be. In fact, it should be. Okie dokie. All right, well, one of the bolts is already missing. Hi, spider carcass. Out of the timing belt cover. So somebody's probably already had this idea, but we'll go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and pop that cover off just to feel good, you know? Sometimes you just need to feel good. Or feel really bad when we find something not good. There's no guarantee here. Yep, that is the 4 that we currently have. We have 4 available. Okay, don't need the extension. And we have used 4. Need a little extension. Got it. Oh, we'll feel less bad if it's broken and we try to start it. Yeah. But I mean, if it's broken, then... Oh my God, is this not a 10 mil? Oh, it is, okay. It's like, is this thing not even a Nissan? That feels very cross-threaded, for the record. Is this even going anywhere? I don't know. I think it is. Does it also have 2 ground wires underneath of it? No, okay. All right, let me grab a Magnate tray. Let's see. Yep. That right there is a mighty fine looking timing belt. I would say that's been replaced. There's also additional marks on the belt or on the gear where somebody's coming here and replace that belt, 100%. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and put that right back in place. We are not going to be those people that leave their timing belt covers off because they think it looks cool. Because I don't think it looks cool at all. I think it looks like you're asking for trouble. It is really held in with one bolt. It's supposed to be two, but it is currently one. It's also metal. It is not plastic, which is unusual, but probably not for this era. I don't know how old the CA engine is. I don't know when the CA was first introduced. Doesn't feel like a terribly old architecture, but it doesn't feel terribly new either. Feels fairly retrofitted. Okay, so getting that line back up is apparently a chore, which is probably why it's cross-threaded, I would say. As we say in these parts, cross-threaded is just threaded with style. How have I not made that t-shirt yet? I should get on that. Well, it still tightens up, so that's good. All right, mark it off the list. Timing belt looks good. I'm gonna put the 10 mil up as if I'm not gonna use it again, but I certainly will. '82 replaced the L engine. Okay. The red tube is for air, and I thought that that was a aftermarket part. This is the OEM intake charge tube. It's just been powder coated red. But I can tell it's the OEM one because it has the OEM casting marks on it. So it is no fancy aftermarket intake tube. It is literally just powder coated. Where's my list? Alright, so timing belt, well, good mark out. Timing belt is good. Let's go ahead and just dive into this coil situation, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? So that red pipe is coming from the turbocharger and into the intake. It is also missing a clamp on it, so even if it does run, it's not going to run well. Let's do this first. I want to do this while my mind is fresh. I want to look at this and figure out what is going on over here. This is, I think, the biggest hurdle that I have at the moment. It's just understanding what is going on right here. Honk. My little tripod. Oh, that is my little tripod. Right. Can I could. Yeah, I'll leave it on the stick. Okay. So let's take the MAF off. So this is the mass airflow sensor. This is what tells the computer how much air is going into the engine. Funny you say that, ZK, because I literally just said in the recording, I'm not too worried about these relays because Nissan would hardly ever ground relays this way. But also I can't because the bracket that these are supposed to be bolted to is gone. Or something, because there's a relay on the back side of it. That's supposed to be somewhere. And that somewhere, as far as I can see, does not exist anymore. Let's try not to lose this wee little guy. So far the wiring harness seems like it's in pretty good shape. Okay, that was tight. Look at the bitty little MAP sensor, it's cute. That's cute. Alright, the other half is not so easy to remove, so that might be about the best access we have here. All this wiring just seems too short for it to be mounted there. Alright, so this coil is plugged into the middle input on the cap. I'm just trying to figure out where the heck it's got to be down there. There's like obviously two holes in this bracket. Are they threaded holes? They are. Yeah, that's got to be where it goes. I just don't understand. Do they have the exhaust coil wired into the intake coil's inputs? Maybe. The airbox is not in the trunk. There is no airbox present. Oh, my battery died. Okay, I will take a look at that picture in a moment. Thank you to everybody that went hunting for pictures. I don't think this is even where this goes. All of this seems like it's been moved, maybe for the sake of the intake. See how everything here looks stretched, as if it's all trying to go where it does not go. Or something of that order. That's hard mounted there. That's the factory mounting point. Who are you? What do you get to? Okay, you're plugged in, but you're not. Look at that. See this wire right here? That's a coil. That's the coil pickup, yeah. Right? Why do we have another one right there? How is there three? What am I looking at? Oh, you're not wired to anything. This guy here is not hooked up to anything. I bet you these are this coil's wires. I think that's what's going on. Somebody tried to wire the exhaust coil into the intake coil. All right, I'm going to take a look at Discord real quick. Ooh, that is nice. The picture under the airbox. Unfortunately, it does not quite show what I need. But yeah, we are missing that bracket up there. That must hold the intake in place, and it also holds those relays. Oh, and 4-plug car F. Well, that's okay. All right. I should just keep my phone out. Let me grab Did any of those pictures that ZK found have wire colors on them? By chance? Perchance? No. That's too bad. That is too bad. But maybe we can just visually do it. Okay, so to the one that is currently plugged in, we have a solid blue and a white and black. And an additional solid blue? Yes, we have two solid blues. One on one connector, one on the other. Down here we have a blue and white and a white and a black and white. And this is almost certainly the plug for the intake coil, because the intake coil is the one that sits here. Where then is the additional plug for that coil? That's the only thing I seem to be missing at the moment. Unless that is that one. Then who plugs into this? Who plugs into this guy? Do I need to get you guys closer to be helpful? Kind of just in the decoding phase right now. Just trying to figure out what it is we're looking at here. What's the situation? I just want to locate 4 connectors, because we don't have 4 connectors. Then we're kind of up the creek. That coil is missing some kind of blade connector should be going to that. Ground looks fine. It's just math. Oh, hi, spider eggs. I really suspect we've got What are you? What are you? Oh God. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Oh good. Good. Each coil should have a module that plugs in between it and the rest of the harness. Picture uploaded with wire couplers. Okay. Well, let's take a look at that. It's middle right, yeah. So oh boy. Yep, mine too. I imagine these whirly-woo looking things are coils. And I see a black and white and a black and white, but I also see an L and W and an L. What do you think L and W and L is? Lime? Lemon? Lama? Loopy? On this one, I've definitely got just a solid blue and a black and white. It's weird that the individual coils seem to have different... Oh, wait, what's under this? What does this look? Okay, it's a 2-pin connector. Okay, that is what that is. All right, got it. So I'm looking for the second one of these, which we have. This one 100% should be going to that down here. Right. Yes. It goes. But you can just tell by the way it is. Let me unplug this guy. All together. Okay. So this is the one that was on the bottom. What we have here boy, that's hard to get to. Also trying to do this without damaging these wires and connectors that are just about ancient. This is not right. That's right. It's just hard to finagle. I'm still confused as to where the second plug for that guy is. L equals blue, LG equals light green. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. That command is too long. All right, I'm just going to keep fiddling with this until I get this plug in there. I think that's about the best I can be doing right now, which feels a little silly considering I'm replacing this coil, but in fact, is there any chance we could remove this bracket? It's pretty rusty, but there might be a chance. What's going on underneath of it? Okay, let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that. Look at the coil you took off. There's a small jumper hunters thing. This part, you mean? So this is the one I took off has the solid blue and a black and white, as well as this additional small blue. Oh. That's not like, no, I don't understand. Fixed. Yes, that second one is the input to the second coil. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. Okay, let me continue doing what I was doing. I think I'm on the right track. But I need a long, sharp Phillips for this. believe that just came out. I am shocked and amazed. Shocked and amazed. Okay. Whew. So that's the other coil. So this is the coil that sits on the bottom, and it has on it one of these connectors and one of these inputs. It also has a ground onto here, and what do we have as far as inputs go? Just this. We only have one. Are we then missing the wire that goes in between the two? All right, how about we brush out some of this shmoo? Pictures in Discord, okay. It looks like the input that we have that I see is the input for the exhaust one. I keep these really awful cheap paintbrushes around, like $5 for 50, purely for this purpose. They're so good at cleaning out areas you can't get to. There we go. I feel better. All right. I'm not seeing any cut wires at all. Let me look at these pictures. They're so good at brushing things, right? It's shocking, I know. Truly shocking. Intake has the one coming off of the plug, but they both do. They both do. But differently? These both look identical to me. Like, the brackets are certainly different. Okay, but this is the one that was on the bottom. It's got a female plug. Female plug, female plug. Going from the, I'm going to call this the igniter, going from the igniter to the coil, going from the igniter to the coil. And I don't think that these new coils come with igniters. I think it's just a coil. Yeah, it's just a coil. It looks the part. That's the right thingamajig. So the boot that goes on the coil, there's one of those in the tray. Yes, there is one. There's two boots like that. So I've got this and I've got this in the tray area. And then over here, where the other coil is, I have just a booty, just one boot guy, and no other wire to go with it. So where my confusion is, on this intake coil, which should be this one here, I don't know where it's ever going to get power from here. Yep, I've got two boots. I've got two black boots in the engine bay. I just realized someone replaced this coil. Oops. So this is what I've got for the intake coil area. This is what I've got for the exhaust coil area. Unless you guys see some dangling wire down there that I just don't see. ZK, if at any point you just want to yell at me on Discord, let me know. The booty goes to the igniter. The booty goes to the igniter. So this gets mounted like so. That's how, nope, that's not right. It gets mounted like so, with that plug up, which is perfectly in line for that. So that is 100% how these two should be. I just don't have anything that goes to this. This guy here, I don't have anything to plug into. I'm with you, Bear. I'm like 13% convinced right now that we've got two of the same coil on here, or the same igniter. It's because you have the intake and exhaust mixed. Now, I'm just going off of what it was like. I'm just going off of what it was, what it had on it. If I put this coil down here, that wire no longer hooks up to it. That means that wire that's down here is not, there's no way to hook that wire up. It's on the wrong side. So this has to be the one that's up here. And this has to be the one that's down there. Oh, I don't care which is which. I just care that there's nothing to plug into there. The bottom is exhaust. Okay, that's fine. So the one that's closer to the engine, the one that's here, this is exhaust and this is intake. So the exhaust is the one that's got the new coil on it. According to ZK's picture, the exhaust coil should only have a booty and no second connector. That's where I'm confused. This one that was in here has the second connector on it. And that's got me confused. Why is this hood prop gonna be all up in the way? Yes, correct. Okay, well, ignore it. Okay. All right. If you say so. Okay, so this one that goes on the bottom. We need to find 2 bolts to screw it into place here. That is for certain. Luckily, we've got a Cafe Bustelo, Cafe Espresso Molito, party size thing of bolts. I see one already that I like. I don't think the car likes it though. Oh, I bet you these are those coarse threaded bolts, which is very strange. Like this. Well, let me look at these. Do these screw in down here? Seems like they would. Closer inspection. Yeah, that's got to be the deal there. All right, let's try and find 2 more of those then. You know what I did? I put that one that I had back in the bucket of bolts. That was not smart of me. Okay, there's one that looks all rusty. So it was probably out here. Yep. Okay. That might just be the best options we've got. I think the rest of those bolts are from the spoiler, but they'll do the job. It looks like the single blue wire from the extra plug goes to a resistor that's probably one of those mounted on the firewall. Resistor. Got a new O2 sensor. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So, how's about we just go ahead and change this coil? We've got it, we might as well do it. I don't want to check the resistance. I've got a coil. I'm going to put a coil on it. Oh, I do have my marker. Huh. Why, I thought I didn't have it. It is probably fine. Why are you resisting? Not resisting? I'm confused. I just don't want to waste my time checking to see if a part is good that I know I'm replacing. Because those coils are cheap. Probably because they never fail. Oh, you little bugger. You're very hard to get to. Will you just do the thing? Almost. It almost just did the thing. Okay. So it stays there, that goes there, this gets unplugged. Whatever happened to my other glove? This is an 84. You went all around it. Oh, ha. The one wire on the intake, that's your tach signal. You mean the one that we have no wire for? That doesn't sound good. That sounds like not good news. Where'd my nut go? Is it stuck? No. Oh, it's still in the pliers. That'll do it. You have it. Oh, you mean the one that is plugged in is the tach signal, and the one that isn't plugged in isn't used because it's not being tach signal. But they just made the same plug because they're cheap. Is that the theory? Sounds too good to be true. Or they bought the wrong igniter. That's a possibility. The only thing we know about this car, as far as its history goes, is that it was sold on the premise of having an ignition issue. And from the best we know, from the best I can figure out anyway, the seller we got it from never messed with it. my nuts. It's okay, everybody, I saved the nuts. Oh boy, we're already an hour in, huh? This is why nobody watches me. Well, that command doesn't work. Alrighty then. I put it on backwards. 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 I have 33 loyals. I appreciate my loyals. I don't know for how long my loyals are going to keep me afloat, but by God, they're trying. Is it reverse threaded? Yeah, if you just keep saying that I put it on backwards, it's fine. I did. I put it on backwards. I can't believe it, but I did it. It was so obvious too, because like the thing doesn't line up to the thing. I was too preoccupied about my nut. Yeah, I'm going to score 2 new coils for next to nothing. So I figured, when in Rome, we might as well. But it also seems like, as we were digging through it, it seems like they were maybe wired wrong anyway. Because I'm not the first. I'm not the first to be in here trying to tackle this issue. That's for sure. Yole will always be loyal. Loyal with cheese. Also, if you have some sandpaper, you mean to help it ground? Sure. They're both painted surface, like they're both OEM painted surfaces. So I'm not convinced that that's how it grounds. Plus it does have an actual ground wire. All right, got it the right way this time. It goes like so. I'm gonna find 2. The threads, yeah, the threads are probably what would potentially ground it. Again, I'm not really convinced that that's true. But let me see if I have a little wire brush to run through the threads. Or it's not even really threads is essentially a fancy self-tapping screw. I don't. Okay. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. We'll probably try cranking it when we get the coils situated and change the fuel filter. I don't think it's going to run then because we haven't looked at the fuel system at all, but I want to verify spark before we move on. Is it the create a thread? We also have to verify that it even turns over. Well, where did that just go? Right there. This whole situation here is very different from the 240. These screw threads instead of machine threads. Something I'm used to seeing. At least not on anything like this. Like maybe a body piece, like a plastic trim piece or something. Okay, here's a development. Here's a development. These screw holes don't line up, like, at all. Remember my theory that it's got two of the same coil? Does it line up to these? Or did we just have them mixed up? Can't really be backwards. All right, let me see. Bye, light. It does not line up to these either. What about this one? Oh, yeah, this bracket 100% goes down here. Yep. Yep, Baruni. So whoever was here before me definitely had coils in the opposite places of where they went. Cool. All right, well, let's work on this one. Oh, I didn't change the cameras. How come nobody told me? Well, I don't need to now. Oh, ZK did tell me. I just didn't see it. Yeah, I got to figure out how to at least get ZK to have a way to yell at me. Boy, that sucker is in there good. This is the one that hasn't been changed. Loosen up. Might just have to give it a tap. Honestly, that was my solution, was to have ZK on speakerphone. But ZK is a man who's got things to do. He doesn't want to just be on speakerphone. That's a little gross. That is a little gross. How about we wire wheel that real quick? I'm on triple duty. Duty. We'll be all right. We'll figure it out. We're getting there. Oh, did that like shake like crazy? 3. You know me, I gotta chase everybody away. Yeah, gloves and wire wheels are an iffy topic. Phone scene is upside down. Did I hit the mirror button or something? I think so. No? No? It looks right. What about here? That's right. That's not upside down. Maybe car sick again. Okay. So this one, which way did it go? It must have gone this way, right? It was this way. Or was it this way? No, it's got to be this way. Now it's in the car. I don't know. I mean, I didn't do anything, ZK. Okay. Maybe it's upside down the other scene. I don't know. Am I gonna have to try and split this apart? It's not gonna be easy. We choose to do it not because it is easy, but because we are stubborn. Half of it comes apart real easy. I really hope this is the right way. Can anyone rewind? Is this the way it was pointed? Oh no. Panda's in shambles. Cone test fit. I did test fit, but it still doesn't make any sense. In theory, that would work. Okay, I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. We all knew it was coming. Every one of us knew it was coming. Why did you make the bracket smaller? I did not make the bracket smaller. This bolt is just very, very rusted, so I couldn't just loosen it up. And if you mean by tightening the front one, I did not tighten it. It's still loose. It's like really close to lining up. I wonder if I can like hammer the bracket back a touch. I want the coil to come down a bit. Oh, that was the wrong way. So I need to get the bracket here. This is a real geometry problem. I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying. That did the trick. Just needed a little scoochy scooch. Did I bend my pick? Yes, I did. But did it do what I needed it to do? Yes, it did. Hammer it with a lithium battery, that's a great idea. There we go. That should do it. Every tool is a hammer. Okay. So we now have 2 new coils. I'm confused. I am confused though, because that does put this wire on the opposite side. Like that puts this igniter on the wrong side for it to be plugged into anything. I don't see any other way. I really don't. Gosh, that just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense for this bracket to be down there. Or for this igniter to be down there, I mean. Because it's facing the exact wrong way. But these are 2 obviously different... Sorry, seeing it again. So these brackets, why did I change the scene when I needed this camera? So these brackets are different. This one has spacers in it to make the holes far enough apart to be the one that goes on the side. And this one doesn't have the spacer in it so that the bracket is narrow enough to go into the right holes. These are the ignition coils. These are what give the sparks spark. Now if I put this one over here, new development everybody, breaking news, breaking news, it also doesn't fit here. This coil, this is missing that spacer. This is missing a whole thing. This is missing that whole shebang right here. Which is why it wasn't mounted. Somebody grabbed another coil or something. So this one, the one that can be mounted in the car, currently can only be hard mounted up here. Yeah, yep, which is where it was. Which isn't bad because all of these wires match up. Now the one that was down there, where it doesn't bolt in, has everything pointed the right way, but only one of the screws would line up. Can I then, instead of having it not mounted, in theory possibly not being grounded, could I just space that out right? I don't see why not. Why not just space it out right? It's not going to be how it is from the factory. But it would work. Okay, so CK is going to say, just ignore the other coil. And I'm going to say no. And that explains why there's an interference here. So when this is mounted, the coil and the igniter are hitting each other. Yeah, the brackets are definitely different. Well, even if they are the same, these two are drastically different from each other. Yeah, it's just got 2 spark plugs per cylinder for the effect of, in theory, having a cleaner combustion, which doesn't actually do anything, I'm sure, but it's just a theory. All right, let me see if I can find a little bolt, or sorry, a little nut that will act like a spacer here. That would be great. Whoa, these are, what? No way. I did not expect these to be 10/32. I expected these to be metric, and they are not. They're a machine screw, a 10/32, or 10/32. Well, that was a surprise. We'll use 2 1/4-inch nylocks as spacers for now. So we're going to go through the coil on the side, then we're going to put a spacer in, and then the nut. Of course, it's this nut that's a pain right in the butt to get to. Okay, do the same here. I know this part might seem like incredibly frustrating to some people, but to me this is like the most fascinating part. I love decoding a card's history like this, trying to figure out what got it to this point, how did these things get this way, and trying to find solutions for them on the fly. Dodger 240, car therapist. Okay, change scenes. And let's see. How does that line up? Not perfect, but I think it would do it. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I'll just hang it off for one to get started. Okay, how am I ever going to get to that screw? I don't know. How's the stream quality tonight, by the way? Is it any better or worse with the 1080p? Looking at the VOD from the last one, I could hardly tell it was 720. Right, now try to get this one started. Rare audio glitch. Main cam's a little blurry. I probably just don't have it focused right. Okay, how can I get in there? Do I need to go under? Good. This other one might have to go by hand. Not only is it going to be by hand, it's going to have to be with a small screwdriver. That'll be great. Time for the old stubby. Stubby time. What a screwy job that is. I don't know how to even. Might have to pull the igniter off to get to it? Probably. Let's see. Losing my keys. Using my khakis. Can't reach. Lost my keys. Told these were super loose. Which is a clue. Somebody's been here before me. Huh, wonder what kind of spiders those are. We got some dang old Pennsylvania spiders up in here now. Just what we needed, more spider variety in here. That's what we were really missing. Just not enough spider diversity up in these parts. Okay, let's pull tight. Now try and get these two back in. I love that you probably just can't see anything I'm doing. You might as well see me flat on my back. was a good shoulder pop there. Is that what rotator cuff damage sounds like? For your shoulder in certain ways, it just sounds like rocks in a blender. Is that bad? Or is that okay? Somebody put that creeper on throne, huh? All right, okay. So we'll plug in this bottom one. Plugged in. And the coil is plugged in. ZK says this wire doesn't matter, so we're gonna tuck it in over there and pretend it doesn't matter. Okay. Grab our keys. Now, for the other coil. Should be a little easier to get to. And then according to ZK, that's a 100% chance that this is fixed. That's what I heard. I don't actually think that's true. I think at most what we've done here is at least gotten this thing kind of back to square one instead of just hacked together. Which is a better starting point. Yeah, we'll take a peek in the fuse box. I don't think it has an underhood one. Not as far as I've seen. Probably wrong on that. Okay. Bolt it in. And... oh, why did I hook this wire up first? Idiot. That's the whole reason I took this coil out in the first place. Okay, well I got it first try this time. Okay. So that's all hooked up. All wires are accounted for right here. We'll spin this up over here. And well, isn't that just a bugger? The What? No. What? No. That can't be right. This pipe is just straight bolted to the turbo? No, hold up. That can't be true, right? There has to be some kind of rubber or something. want to talk about boost leaks. Oh yeah, no, Nissan does that, but it's like metal on metal. Like that? Bring it to be your own light. But what I was laughing at is I was going to take the intake tube off, and look where the screw is for the clamp on it. Just directly into the wastegate. There's no way I can get a screwdriver on that. Classic. I probably need to plug this camera in. Yep. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Yeah. That does not look right to me. There is no way that does not leak. It's not our priority right now, but there's no way it could be right. Trying to see if there's any way I can get to this clamp. Maybe with enough extensions on a Phillips head, maybe. But good God, it doesn't look like it's gonna be easy. I wonder if my little camera still works. Oh, I don't have the software on my phone. F. Okay, I'm making the executive decision to put the intake back together. I find there's very little chance that this thing is just going to fire up anyway. Little MAF clip on. There should be, okay, if there's a rubber gasket in there, there's a rubber gasket in there. I'll accept it, but I'll say it's just not what I expected. Okay. You on? You are. Okay. All right. Wires, plug wires. Coil wires that we're missing altogether. So, I do have wires. Oh right, I was gonna plug this camera in too. Yeah, I do have to remember that this is a staggeringly early era turbo car. So some of the stuff's going to be a little different than I am used to. Power max. Hopefully they have more than one brain cell. That's a lot. Ooh. What a pretty shade of blue. That is a lot. Ooh. Even comes with some schmoo. That's a lot more spark plug wires than I've ever had. I mean, it's one more, technically. Oh, am I zoomed in? There you go. That should stop it. All right. So in this, we should have 2 coil wires. I hope. So far I have found 0 coil wires. I found a coil wire. Okay. Well, the good news is we have another coil wire if it did not include both of them. The bad news is it does not give me good feelings if it did not include both coil wires. Ah, we do have both. Okay. Okay, now I need to find that picture of the, what do you mean that's not? No, yeah, those are both coil. These are both coil. It is weird, I guess because of the way that it is, with it being in close proximity, they made them both angled on one of them. But these are definitely both coil, because the rest of them have the big dangly boys. Okay, so inner innermost coil wire, coil lead, goes to which coil? Let me bring up that picture. Not that picture. Oh, it doesn't include the coils? Well, that's just rude. That's just rude. All right, well, we'll just have to figure that part out. Middle. The innermost coil lead is intake or exhaust. I have to assume, well, there's one longer and there's one shorter. The inside is the intake, aka the one under the intake. Okay, well, that makes sense. I can accept that reality. Now, it shouldn't matter because these both fire at the same time, right? But I would still prefer to have them hooked up correctly. Okay. It's a pretty good fit. It looks bouncy, but it's not. It's just a big boot. And then the short one from here. Well, that doesn't seem right. There we go. Here to here. Okay. Those are all nice and clipped in. Show us the cap. You know, I brought the camera over here, I brought the battery over here, I plugged in the cord to the phone, but I never plugged in the cord to the battery. So currently, this is what we're looking at. We've got the middlest one going to the coil that is under the intake. And we've got the outer one going to the coil that is mounted to, we'll say, the fender. I don't really have a way to get you guys in over my shoulder. I really need that new tripod. Maybe I'll just have to buy it for myself. It's a business expense. Which means it's basically free, right? All right, you're gonna be at a weird angle, but I think this is the best view I can get you. You see two in the middle? There should be two in the middle. What? Excuse me? Is this like this is all wrong. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is going to cylinder number 1. Are you seeing that? No wonder this shit didn't run. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get rid of everything, right? If it's that wrong, then we should get rid of everything and assume nothing on here is right. That is my opinion. Let's start from square one, and I bet you it says at least at number 1 marking on here. At minimum. Actually, it might have markings on all of them. I3. E1. Yeah, they're literally all marked too. Is this why it didn't work? Maybe. It'd be a little sad. Come on, there you go. All right, these are the exhaust ones off. These ones are not so easy to get to. Let's put spark plugs in the intake manifold. It'll be great. All right, let's pull them out of this. I need my step ladder. I don't have my real ladder. Oh, I got unplugged wires and connections back here. It's always a good time. Where even is that one? Okay. There's one down. I knew it was going to happen. Come on, boot. Might need needle nose for that one. These are buried. Absolutely buried. You're pretty much going to want to like pull half the intake off of this thing to get to these spark plugs. Come on. Come on. Oh man, that's in bad shape. Gotcha. Right. What's gonna give out first, this spark plug wire or my shoulder? My money's on the shoulder. Jeez. Absolutely glued. One more to get off. Got it. All right, well, that's the easy part done. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right, that's a little bit better. All right. So let's find the longest two. Let's find all the long. Let's put them in order, I guess. Longest to shortest. So the longest two are probably going to be on the intake side. Possibly all four long ones are on the intake side. And we got these really tiny ones. All right, so that's longest to shortest. Absolute longest is going to be number 4 on the intake side. I think I'm going to go ahead and go main. So you can see me crawling around the engine bay, because it's just funny. Because it's just funny. All right. I can't even see the spark plug. There it is. Come on. Trying to get these buggers to seat is going to be a real treat. Seat is a treat. Oh, I like that sound. 1 down. 7 to go. Okay, I can almost see that one. Nice battery pack, thank you. It's actually my wallet, but you know. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go with the theory that the longest ones are just on this side. That's my theory. Whoa, you can gift memberships? I didn't know that was possible. Why don't we lower the car back down? I'm gonna be climbing in the engine bay anyway. The fact that it's up in the air doesn't really bother me much. Like, this is how I'm gonna be either way. I heard a click, but I don't believe it. There we go. That was the real click. First click was fake. It was a phony click. Okay, there's 2. All right. So these go over here. Let's see. Do we go with another long one? How far is it from here to here? Not very far. Not very far at all. So, yeah, I think we stick with the long ones on this side. Am I missing a wire? I have 2 in. What? Oh, there it is, okay. The ultra tiny one. This is probably number 1. Blade, we've we've uncovered some real mysteries today. Let me tell you. Nothing scary, but definitely some things that are like, I wonder if this is why it didn't run. There is a lot of shmoo down in here. We're gonna have to get the vacuum in. Suck all this out. Or it is going to very catch fire. Felt pretty good. I'm glad the car didn't go straight to you, because you would have just been like, what? Free monthly messages similar to Super Chats. It does give you emojis, and it does give you special content in that it grants you Discord access, so there's that. Even if you already had it. It doesn't do it automatically like Twitch does, which sucks. But it has it. Okay, all right. That wasn't so bad. What sucks is when we're going to test this, I'm gonna have to unplug one of these spark plugs and spark plug wires to test it. But we'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge. Let's stay on the ground for now. I'm glad the little spark plug retainer, or spark plug wire retainer is still there. That's cool. Extra Discord access. I would make the headlights go up and say, well, my job here is done. Okay. So, we've now got 3 that are pretty much all the same and 1 shorty. These actually seem like really nice plug wires. And they were in clearance. Clarence? Oh, it's even on this side too. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna seal. Just a guess. Just a hunch. It doesn't feel very sealed. You and the littlest, the wee little lad. Alrighty, now to figure out where they all go. So this should be in here. Wait, do we know which one is which? Does it say? Exhaust, intake. Okay, so intake is the one under the intake, exhaust is the one closest to the exhaust. I do love that they actually labeled the entire distributor cap. Probably because they knew this was confusing as shit. All right, so we have, let's start at the bottom. And now we're here. I'm gonna unplug this just so it's easy to see. Exhaust 3. I gotta figure out which side they're referencing. It's to the right for the ignition lead, so I'm gonna, or the coil lead, so I'm gonna assume it's always to the right. I started at the bottom and worked my way down from there. Oh yeah, rocket plane. Yeah, it's more to do with just future proofing. As far as I would like to keep these VODs, I would like to keep this as part of my history, and I feel a little bit more confident in stuff sticking around here than I do on Twitch. All right, so exhaust 1 here. That's where I'm gonna start. So if anybody thinks that this is not exhaust 1, speak now or forever hold your exhaust. And that's how it's written. So I went with the label, the marking to the right of the lead. pretty sure that says exhaust 1. Sorry about the image stabilization. Exhaust 1. Nobody's spoken, so I'm going to assume that I'm right. So the next is intake 3. So that is this one here. Intake 3. I'll double check. Yes. That is indeed as displayed. Next up is exhaust, exhaust 2 or 3? 2. So exhaust 2 is this one. And next up is going to be intake 1. So we have intake 1, which is this one. Okay, and then we have, I can't see. Oof, I really can't see. Might have to enlist my camera phone. Yeah, should all be 180 degrees out from each other. You would think that's how it would be. I guess I do have my list, but for the markings on the cap. So it should be, the mark should be here. So look at wide angle so I can see. So that's very blurry, can't see nothing. So if this is intake 1, this is exhaust 4. Hey, super chats. Hey, Spud. A lot of what we've been doing so far. This has pretty much been our jam, is figuring out this coil situation. We did verify the timing belt is good and actually looks pretty new, which is nice. So exhaust 4, which is this one. And then the coils were all just wired wrong, and the leads were wrong. So the firing order was wrong, to the point of which they even had a coil wire hooked up to a spark plug, which I'm sure made it do all sorts of cool things. Intake 2 is next. And that is you. I choose you. And then exhaust 3, which is this one. Yep. That should leave one wee little lad somewhere that is intake 4. Indeed, intake 4. Is that what it says? It'd make me feel good if that's what it says. Yep, that's what it says. Sorry for bumping the mic, I'm sure. Oh, intake 4, do you reach? I guess I did pull it back through a little bit. Okay. In theory, that is correct. But that's just a theory. Where the heck is the... Oh, I did what they did. Who are you? You are 3E. I did basically the same thing that they did. I made fun of them and then I went and did it myself. Okay. It's some serious spaghettis right there. Oh boy. Whose wacky idea was this? All right, what do you think, Chet? What do you think? Do we just turn it over and see what happens? Do we see if it even turns over and then start moving to other things? That's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. We'll figure out what's wrong from there. Or do we change on that fuel filter first? I don't think there's any fuel in the car. I think they did drain the tank or left it with basically nothing in it. I'm also not convinced that the fuel pump is doing anything. And somebody's changed that fuel filter recently because it's got a zip tie on it. No, I don't need to put oil in the cylinders because it spins over so freely. All right, I don't think ZK is here to stop me, so I'm just going to do it. Okay, let's get my seriously good battery terminals set. All right. Here we go, everybody. It might not do anything. The battery terminal is a little iffy. Man, the seat is like so far up. There we go. Okay, don't worry about that. It's just the battery terminals, I think. Let me just run some sandpaper through this guy and maybe try to find a nut for it so that it at least has half a chance of clamping. It didn't do like the no start thing. It did the thing where I hit the starter and everything went dead as if it didn't have battery connection. Which is why I'm currently trying to get the terminals a little better. Because they're real ugly right now. This is going as easy as it is. As rusted as it is. That ought to be better. Is this one tighten? That's fun. Okay, new terminals are a must. All right, let's see if it makes noise again. Yep. Weird. Just a bad ground, maybe? Pretty sure the battery's got enough in it. I see this ground situation. Ground looks good there. Let's do a little sandpaperage. You saw smoke? Where did you see smoke from? Where did you see smoke from? Was it from this area? No, I've already hand cranked it. It cranks easy. It blew from the battery. Okay, so corrosion is likely the culprit there. is almost certainly a corrosion issue. Should make sense because these terminals look awful. Jump pack to avoid the crappy terminals. Well, it's not the battery terminals, it's the ones on the car that are corroded. I could put the jump pack on it just to help it. That's a true truth. The battery is out of the bug and it started right up like easily. They're not really damaged as much as they are just super corroded. Yeah, I can see all the corrosion coming off of them. Are these things still lead? Am I just raw dogging some lead right now? Taste it and find out. I almost went out and got battery terminals today too, but time is not on my side. These don't look too bad. It gives a nice connection spark. The ground is the one that makes me not very confident. One more time. Okay, we'll do. I don't really know if I can do that, but I can at least. Here. I got it. Stepladder, more like camera tripod. That better? Camera quad pod, yeah. And let's put the jump box on there just for S&Gs. I have to lay it up in here. Okay. So does it go burr again? Yep. That turns over so good. Well, that's good. We can build some oil pressure. Does this thing have any compression? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like almost too good. So we probably don't need this anymore. How about you know what we need to do? We need to figure out how to get the fuel door open. Yeah, it chugged like a I was just a little startled by how easily it turned over. All right. I have not been able to get the fuel door open previously. And I can tell somebody's also had this struggle because of these marks. So I wonder if I can pop this interior panel off. Is this the side the cable's on? Of course it's not. Nissan was like, I don't think so, bud. Oh, maybe. Usually if you just tug on it. All right, let me grab my trim tools. I don't think the cable's not broken. Like, I hear it doing things. It makes noise as if it's working. I just think it's not like adjusted right, so it can't open the door. So I'm hoping if I can apply a little. What I'm saying is, basically, I'm an automotive genius. Yeah, I think this little tab's just bent a bit. Oh boy. You're not going to believe this, but that smells like just good gas and not very strongly of it. It does not have a hanger for the cap. There's no cap hanger. What the heck? What are you doing, Nissan? What am I supposed to do with this now? Down the hatch. Not going to put a ton in it, just in case there is problems. It'd be nice to not have a ton of fuel in there. Just enough that hopefully the pickup does something, if the fuel pump is even working, which I'm not entirely sure of. So, we're going to look under the car after a second here and just see if there's fuel everywhere. So far, so good. Then what I'm going to do is put the key on. That pump is so loud. What I don't hear is any fuel action. You think they tore into the whole ignition system trying to fix the spark and it really had no fuel the whole time. Like, I know factory fuel pumps are quiet, but I feel like I should hear that. Yeah, the vacuum pump is what's making all that ruckus. Which fuse did you say it was to turn that off? All right, well, let's see that the fuel pump fuse, if that is even on here. Fuel pump is 2 to the bottom on the left. Which has a very new looking fuse there. And that is definitely a good fuse. I can tell by the way it is. Yeah, nothing wrong with that fuse. Is that an on-off switch? What? Well, I've never. The vacuum pump, I think, is the second from the bottom right. On this, that is backup lamp meter. But it also does the dash. Oh, okay. We'll see if it shuts it up. So, this one. And that fuse is good. Those two key on. Hey, fuel pump works. I can actually hear it now. And that did turn off the dash. Can you hear the fuel pump? I'm gonna, well, it stopped, of course. Yep, fuel pump is coming on. It feels like it's got pressure. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Do we just see if perchance it didn't have any fuel in it and didn't have any fuel pressure? I have my doubts, but it seems worth checking. I'm gonna go for full cam, like room cam, just in case it does start, so I can have like some reaction footage. So something like that. All right, we'll see. Don't get too excited, but we'll see. All right, so I think we indeed do not have any spark. So it wasn't just that easy. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna run it for long, for sure. I also did not expect it to start. Okay, well. I don't have any ether, but now what I need to do is pull a spark plug, like numero uno here, and have you guys watch it to see if there is any spark. That's right, you're hired. Bet you didn't think you were doing any work today. But you were wrong. Or just use a timing light. That doesn't sound like any fun. Is it the smaller one? Yep. Chat, where's my ratchet? Oh, right there. Now I assume it fires both the exhaust and the, I assume it fires exhaust and intake at the same time, even on startup. It has a very naturey smell to it, probably as it was turning over and disrupting all the nature. We should see if there's some fuel on this plug as well. Yep, there's fuel on the plug. So we've definitely got fuel. What? What? No. I have never seen that. I have never seen that. That's just good and proper messed up right there. It also had a bit of the old boot stuck on it. Let me look here. I think I might have finally thrown out all of my old spark plugs. Because I was like, when am I ever going to use old spark plugs? You fool! You'll have a 200SX someday and need those. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll pull out number 2. What did I do with that? That was not from the spark plug wire, that was from my spark plug socket. There it is. Maybe the intake side then? Yeah. Or maybe I just be smart like Isaac said and use my timing light. That would be smart. Do I even plug that back? I guess I'll plug it back in. Just for the sake of having the boot over it. Well, I don't know. I should probably just leave it unplugged. I don't know. All right, let me dig out my timing light. This is not my timing light. Oh, there it is, my timing light. How did I get two? I don't know how I got two timing lights. Okay. Well, you're still going to be hired, chat. Well, not really. I'm going to have to try and do this myself. I don't really care which it's on, but I will put it on number one just for the sake of maybe it's good business practice. Okay, so this is not going to be easy to do. This is not going to be easy to do at all. Is there any way? No, it's never going to be long enough. I mean, I could hang it like right there. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. No spark. No sparkerinos. Assuming this is working, which I don't have any reason to believe it wouldn't be. All right. Boy, it does stink. It is stinky. It's probably blowing around and all that grass and stuff. Do the coil lead got spark? Yeah, I didn't pop the cap at all. Mostly for the sake of, there's no way that it's like that corroded that it has no spark. So I'm gonna unhook the battery. You know what I'm smelling? The coils are hot. The coils are heating. The coils are becoming warm. That doesn't seem good. I could sense that there was something seeming to be getting warm. I do believe it is the coils. I could be wrong, but that's just my assessment there. That's interesting. That's interesting. Previously, no relays clicked over there, and now relays are clicking over there. Maybe that's just because we cleaned up these terminals. I don't know. Maybe we didn't hear it because, no, I don't know. How hot are we talking here? Warm to the touch. Okay, only the intake one is warm to the touch. Exhaust is cold. Intake one is warm to the touch. Bad ground? Would a bad ground on a coil cause such a problem? I don't know how it could have such a bad ground. They're energizing but not discharging. At least one of them is. The other one, which mysteriously has no plug in it, or no plug for it, is cold. I mean, this one's not like, it's not so hot that I can't touch it, but it's definitely warm. It's warm enough that I was able to determine that it was getting hot. Bad igniter, bad ignition module. Right. Yeah, that was my next thought. Is it the igniter that has gone bad? And I think that's why they had them switched, to try to test that. But they should both be working. They should both be firing. Okay. That might be as far as we get with it today. That's a possibility. I mean, we know we have fuel now. We know it turns over. And we at least got new wires on it. And the new coil's in. We might just have to pick up from there on figuring out why the coils are not discharging, basically. I'm amazed the pump works. Yeah, it sounds good too. I'm full of coffee and need to pee. It sounds like I should probably wrap it up there. Is it all the grounds to the block they tried to add and aren't hooked up anymore? They weren't grounding to the block. They were grounding from the distributor to the coil. That is a ground very not hooked up right here. The ground from the firewall to the engine is quite very not hooked up at the moment. Yeah, I would agree that a bad ground shouldn't cause the issue it's having, but electrical systems are magic, so I could be wrong. I can plainly see where this is supposed to be. It'd be an easy one to bolt up. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. Grounds are good. Grounds are good. We like grounds. Or earths if you want to be that way about it. You know what I mean. It's weird to me that it's weird that one of them is getting hot and not the other. That's pretty strange to me, but it might just, I don't know. Could it be that only the intake spark plugs fire on startup? It's possible. Is that gone forever? Almost. Almost lost my mic pack too. Poor paint. Poor paint. She's just trapped. She'll never pee. It's all my fault. Okay. Just need a shorter one. Got it. See why they never put this back in. That bracket makes it a pain in the butt. I'm gonna move that bracket. That's what I'm gonna do. This is a real problem with this magnetic mic pack. When working on cars anyway. Oh, that's not the right size bolt? F. All that for nothing? Feels bad, man. Oh, did that just tighten up? Oh. Yeah, oh, okay. Doesn't feel bad, man. That was, feels good, man. Okay, I'll tighten this up and give it one more go just for the sake of appeasing the grounds fix everything crew. No, I'm not. That did not tighten up at all. It's not the right size bolt. Bye. Or it's stripped out. One or the other. Is that the right size there? These have rubber on them. Still, there's nowhere to... Okay, bike pack. There's nowhere to hook that up to. Good, good. So much for that grand idea. Okay, I think we'll just have to regroup and think about where to go from here as far as figuring out why the coils don't have, the coils are not firing. One of them doesn't feel like it's working at all, and the other one doesn't feel like it's firing. Whether that means we have to go ahead and buy these igniters or not, I'm unsure, but that's enough fiddling, that's enough progress towards figuring it out for one day. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let me get the super chats of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and close super chats as of now, so if you haven't super chatted at this point, then your name is not going on the card today. I'm pleased with the, I'm pleased with what we got done today. So, powers. Today is the 4th. Or is today the 3rd? Today's the 4th. I already put your name, suck it. Netlitzer. Thank you, everybody. Shaggy and Spud. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Much appreciated. And I will see you all next time.